to help you understand the whole binary and the way it's calculated in MTR. And, I know a lot of us think of the binary and we're not too sure how it's calculated. As you'll know, from time to time on the Zoom calls, we'll get questions about people being confused about the binary. So what I'm going to do is kick off into the little presentation that I've prepared. Let's see. Let's hope it goes. Right. Okay. So for the start, I just want to say that you can't become financially free by saving. You might be able to have an investment, and by that way, if you've got a really big investment, you might earn from your investment. But actually trying to save is not, it's not a financial plan really, unfortunately. So the only thing that does make us financially free is a bit of work. That's the 4-letter swear word we talk about. And now we've got this perfect opportunity to do some work and to be strategic about how we build our businesses. And so, I'm going to help you understand the binary, and then we'll talk a lot about strategy at the end. And, this is the thinking behind the whole idea of working and spending the rest of your life hopefully becoming financially free. Saving is a way to preserve your wealth. And I think that what we've seen a lot of lately with MTR members is that a lot of them tell me that they're starting to save for the first time. And that might be if they're accumulating and growing their own investments, but that is the way of saving. And because your return at MTR is beating inflation, it allows you to save. And, it brings in new possibilities for financial sort of fitness in your life, if you might put it that way. And then, of course, there's the guys who want to just hold on to their Bitcoin, which we'll, encounter because, they believe that if they buy Bitcoin, it'll go up in value. And unfortunately, it's what we see now is if the times are tough, and if people if their Bitcoin's not working for them, well, then they're just going to sell their Bitcoin to try and get some cash to try and survive. So what we're trying to do with MTR is show you that you can have a saving and actually use that when you need it, but keep some of it there so it can still grow. And, that's what MTR will do for your Bitcoin. Right, so let's look at understanding the binary profit sharing bonus. And my computer has decided, there we go, a bit slow. Sorry. Okay, so why is it, here we're going to right back to the start, sorry. Okay. Oh dear, okay. We'll just have to use this screen and not the full screen version. Just make this bigger so everyone can see it. I think that'll work. Right, so why is it called a binary? I'm sorry for that bit of computer problem there. Well, basically, a binary is there because it's an old term used in network marketing. So people will often ask you, the marketers that join your team, they'll go, well, is there a binary? Because many people have realized that unless there's a binary in a network marketing company, it's not really profitable for a networker to join. And just for those of you who are simply investors and who just want to use the binary to your advantage, that's what can happen as well. So you don't have to necessarily be a networker to utilize the MTI binary. So what does the binary actually mean? It means that there's a balance between your two team legs and you are paid on the weakest leg. That's really the definition for us as the binary. And then the difference between MTI and traditional network marketing companies is that the binary was normally limited in a traditional company to about a percentage which didn't really exceed 10. I've been in companies where the binaries were 8%, 10%, but they were simple binaries, and that means that they're on recruiting and you'd effectively get 8 or 10% on your weakest leg recruited. So as the volume of people and their investment goes up, you would get that. MTI is completely different. And have any of you worked out how long it takes you to earn 10% of your binary in MTI? Well, sorry. It'll actually take you about 5.5 months to earn 10%. Okay, so that's 10% of your binary investment. So let's say you've got $1,000 in your leg. Okay, to earn that in Bitcoin, if the Bitcoin price was just static or just the 10 or the 10% of the invested amount in Bitcoin, it would take about 5.5 months or 21 weeks. That's given the current average that the binary pays on a weekly basis. Right, so now what I'm going to do is just open up again for some questions. What I want us to do is, as far as possible, ask questions of anything I've said, because this must be a learning, so do you understand every aspect of this? It doesn't matter if you think I'm going to cover it just now, you can ask the question and I'll answer it now and we'll just go over it. So if I've covered it sufficiently in the answers, we won't necessarily go into depth on the slides. If you haven't asked the question, we can then go into more depth on the slides. So are there any questions about what I've just said? Adams, you've got your hand up.
Okay.
Right.
Hello, my name is Adam.
Please go ahead.
All right. Actually, my question is the condition to qualify for binary is when I have a $200 account and then I have 100 left and right. So
well,
in a situation,
2 referrals. So you're talking about your 2 referrals.
Yeah, 2 referral, direct. Yeah, direct referral.
Okay.
So when I have, if my spillover, do I earn from the spillover as well in my binary, or it is just from my direct?
No,
that is the first question.
So the value of your leg, okay, once you qualified, the total value of the Bitcoin in your left leg and the total Bitcoin on your right leg, whichever one of those two are the weaker ones, that's what you'll earn on. So you'll earn on that Bitcoin on your weakest leg. Complete team. So when you look at your back office and you see your right team and your left team, as long as you're binary qualified, whatever that volume is, okay, you will earn on that. Obviously, then it depends on the levels, okay? So if you've got, we'll talk about the levels, but yes, you will earn on your volume from the spillover as well, or that'll be taken into account.
Okay. Is it a once-off payment or it continues
every week
from binary?
Every week.
Every week. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Thank you.
Okay. Pleasure.
Vic, can I ask you?
Yes, sure.
So if the left leg is now the stronger one than the right one, and then the right one becomes a stronger one than the left one, does it change all the time, or does it
Yes,
stay like that?
Yeah, it can change. It'll change on a weekly basis. So you might find that your left leg was the weakest one this Saturday. You get paid on your left leg. Then you get a big investor in on your left leg, which now becomes the bigger leg, and then you'll be paid on your right leg because that will be smaller. So it can flip.
Okay, and is stronger of the legs, is it depending on the people in it or the money in it?
The money, the Bitcoin invested in the leg. That's what's calculated. So you might have one guy with 10 Bitcoin, and you might have 100 people with $100 each. You're going to be paid on the leg with 100 people with $100 each. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it makes sense to me. And I heard that you must take money to your wallet and bring it back into your leg. I don't know how to do that.
Okay, we can talk about that in the strategy part. Are you saying that now when you say take money out, where would you take it out? Where would you put it in?
Look, I don't know what to do. I've got 3 people in my left leg, which is the stronger one with more money, and I got 2 people in my right leg. So must I just leave it and watch it grow, or what must I do?
Yes, you're going to have to, because basically if you were my member and I wanted to take money out of your account to put it into someone else's account, I don't think you're going to be very happy. Is that
I think what I mean is I've got $200.
Yes.
Some of the guys in the weak leg, the right leg, got $100. So can I not, if I make a profit, take $200 off or put more and then put $200 in the other leg? That's what I'm trying to find out.
Yes, you can. And that's often why I say to people that you should have, underneath you should have 2 accounts. So, and that's generally your Opa and Omar that you just help on a monthly basis. You send them some money. So now you put those 2 accounts in, you run those accounts, and then with those 2 accounts, you can, if Opa's leg is the stronger one this week, then you go and put the money over into Omar's leg to make that the stronger, or to balance that, to get some more money in there for your bonus. And then next week, if Omar's leg's strong, then you take it out of Omar's account, you put it into Opa's account. So that's really, I think, what you're trying to get at in what you're suggesting. And but it's quite, that would be a nice strategy, because then you'd be giving yourself with your own money, because it's money that you've really invested on behalf of Omar and Opa, so that you can give them the money that you normally give them on a monthly basis. Now you're just using it to get the maximum out of your own money by either putting it into, or whichever of those 2 legs would be your weakest leg.
Okay, I've got my dashboard in front of me. So the one says trading bonuses. All right, is that profit that is made?
Your trading bonuses.
And the other one says all-time total bonuses.
Okay. And do you have binary bonuses as well?
The binary bonuses shows 0.00. I'm only 1 week in.
Okay, so that's fine. So what will happen is you'll find that the trading bonuses are your bonuses that are coming out of your daily trades, which are automatically added into your trading account. So you don't really have to do anything with those. They automatic, they'll, as the profit comes from the day, it gets added to your balance and becomes the new balance in trade each day. So that's automatic. Then what you'll find is that the other bonuses, like your referral bonuses and your binary bonuses, when you get them, they go into the all-time trading bonuses. And then that's how you can determine how much you've made. So all-time trading bonuses would be the total profit you've made in your MTI career, you could say. And then your referral bonuses and your binary bonuses when you earn those, after 7 days, they become released, and then you can decide whether you want to withdraw them or reinvest them into your account or Omar's account in your situation.
Okay, so if I don't do anything with it, then what happens? It just pots up there.
Then it's what we call lazy Bitcoin. It's not going to do anything for you. It's just going to sit there. It's not going to earn any money, but it's still Bitcoin. But you're not earning any money if you haven't put it into your trading account.
I think that is what I was asking you. Which money must I take out and put in another place?
Well, yeah, so money that's earned from the referral bonuses, the 10% when you join new members in, that's able to use, and also your binary bonuses, when you earn them, you can take them and put them into your trading account or withdraw them, whatever you need to do.
Okay, thanks.
Pleasure. Are there any more questions?
I've got a question, yeah, Jock.
Yes, Jock.
Vic was just talking about the binary, and you were mentioning you will move money around to obviously to strengthen the payout leg. But is it not better to have your money on your own trading? Is the profit not more in trading than moving it to a binary left or to the weakest leg? Adding to the weakest
everyone earns the same percentage, so it wouldn't really make any difference. Obviously, the only reason why you would need more in your own trading account is if you wanted to earn deeper levels in the binary. So, if you had more than 10 levels, then you would need to, move up to the $1,000 investment. So, that can be said, but you could also, take money from those other accounts into your own account when you needed to qualify for more than 10 levels deep. So the only extra...
Okay, but surely you can see how many levels you are deep.
Yes, yeah. So you would monitor that on a weekly basis, see how many levels your team's got to, and then because of that, you can then move, money around to your benefit.
Yeah. Okay, so the profit sharing is the same, whether it's in your trading pool or in Omar and Opa's account.
Yeah, because it's
earning the binary. I mean, the binary payout.
Well, obviously, the interesting thing, of course, if you put it in Omar's account, you are getting the binary. You're not going to get any binary on your own money.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
All right, good. Are there any questions at this time?
Okay, Adam's there again.
Yes, Adams.
Yeah. What happens while I'm still not qualified for binary? What happens, like, for example, if one of my leg is strong and the other is still not yet qualified for binary? Is my binary frozen and then to be released while I'm qualified, or it will start paying when I qualified?
It'll start paying the week you qualify. That's correct. Yes.
Okay. All
right. Right. I see there's a question here from Chong Cheng. Is there a formula to calculate the leadership bonus on P1 and P2? No, and you definitely can't multiply the package value by 2.5. When we go into the calculations later, you'll realize why you can't do it that way. The only thing we do know about the P2, there is a calculation. There definitely is, and that's in your back office. The P1 bonuses, that's quite simple. When you come to binary qualification, when you are binary qualified and you've got two guys who are binary, so let's start like this. You're binary qualified, your two referrals underneath you. So now let's assume you've got one on the left and one on the right. they both become binary qualified. That makes you leadership binary qualified. They need to be, when they become, so the leadership binary qualification is 200 for yourself and then 200 for each of your positions. So that makes you leadership binary qualified. When your two positions, these two referrals of yours, become leadership binary qualified, in other words, they've completed their 3 of 200 each. So the guy himself, that was your referral, has now got his 200 and the 200 underneath him, 2 people with 200 each. That's 1 share. So leadership binary qualified gets you into the program. The shares start once your people who you've referred become leadership binary qualified. That's your P1 shares. Your P2 shares are according to the calculation in the back office. That's the easiest way to talk about the P2 shares. Right, we'll see later on. We can have a look at the P2 share calculation if you like. We can look at that after we've gone through the binary. So really the steps of this business are to become binary qualified yourself, then help as many people in your team become binary qualified, help them become leadership binary qualified, and help more and more people become binary and leadership binary qualified. And that's just building the business, and that just gives you the structure that you need. Then the volume becomes sort of automatic in your team because people are helping each other. That's adding to your volume. Your legs are growing and your business starts to become very successful. That's literally the whole business in a nutshell. Right, are there any other questions, or should we go on to the next part of the presentation? Okay, I assume we're going to the next part of the presentation.
Rich, sorry.
Yes.
Sorry, I forgot this question. I never realized that you can actually move the money from OPA to OMA, to qualify for the next week. That is an interesting concept. I always just thought that you must rely on the people that comes in on either leg. What was the question I wanted to ask now? Oh dear.
Remember so just remember that if you are doing that, and the system allows for that, and that's one of the reasons why the system doesn't award commissions or 10% referral bonuses to internal transfers, because it allows you to do that. Okay. The company wants you to make as much money as you possibly can. Okay. And if you can move your things around like that, so that you can make money, well, that's, it's a profit sharing bonus. So if you want to share in the profits, you can do whatever it takes to get the profits. It's when you're trying to manipulate the system, and then that would close you down, because you'd be opening too many OPA and OMA accounts, and you'd be trying to get the 10% referral bonus. That's where the fraud comes in.
Okay.
Moving money around, well, that's allowed to be done, because that's what the system's there for, to enable you to make money.
Okay,
so
I remember
2 or 3% in a month. Well, good, that's great.
Okay, so you can make a choice, either that direct deposit, but then keep it there, or rather you move it around and forget about the deposit fee, and just benefit from the binary then. Okay, so my question to you, which I forgot, is you can move that even if this person has got a referral fee or binary bonus, whatever, he can withdraw the money already, the main pool, if he wants to shift it to the other leg, without waiting for the 7 days for the commission to clear. Can you do that?
Well, I wouldn't recommend it, okay? Because you might just do it once too often.
Okay.
So you know, if it's a new, if you've just started OMA on OPA's account, for instance, wait the 7 days, because you literally know especially when you start an OMA on OPA's account, you literally don't, you know, at that stage you want them as close up to you as possible in your leg. You haven't got much in your account, so if you're going to do a big change within 7 days, I doubt whether that will really happen. So you're going to say, okay, well, I see that Omar's account needs more money because this leg of mine is weak, so I'm putting the money into Omar's account. And maybe then, yeah, sure, during the week you get this big whale that comes in and invests a lot of money. Good for you, but then you don't really need Omar's account at that stage anyway, you know. So just carry on.
I see it.
Yeah.
The thing is, just, you know, once or twice you can do an alternate change.
Yes, that's it. Yeah, yeah.
Okay, thank you.
And it's really there, you know, if you look at, say, for instance, now you've got open Omar's account and you've got a situation like you have now when you've got to make sure that your account is in qualification for tomorrow's morning, okay? Then you just move some money back to your own account so that you can get your account up to qualification. That's what the internal transfer is there for, and that's quick, it's an immediate transfer. Whereas if you were trying to, you know, put the Bitcoin in, you might not get it in time for tomorrow morning. Or I know in cases of people who are trying to buy Bitcoin today, it's a case of will Luna or my exchange be able to release that money to me quick enough? You know, so that's also the other consideration. So it's easier then to do a transfer if you have got the accounts, you know, the positions available for yourself there.
Thank you. It's a very good, nice feed. Thank you.
Good. So here's the question. You know, everyone wants to know where the profit comes from because, and obviously it's from the daily trading, but how is the profit accumulated in the binary so that it can be shared? And here is the answer. So each day, this was last week. So you've got 20% coming out of the binary on a daily basis, or going to the binary, rather coming out of the daily profits into the binary. And the total for last week that went into the binary profit share was 27.265 Bitcoin. And that complete pot then is divided by all the binary qualified members according to their weakest legs. And we'll look at the calculation in a moment. So that's where the money comes from. You know, and it's divided. It's not a straight 20% that you earn on the binary. So and what you've always got to understand is that it's divided. This is a profit sharing bonus. It's not and you know, we spoke about the binary and why it's called a binary, but in MTR, it's not the standard binary that gets you a once-off bonus. This is a bonus that pays you weekly and forever. So as long as there's money in your weakest leg, you're going to get a binary, and as long as you stay qualified, you're going to get the binary bonus on a weekly basis. This is the calculation. So your weaker leg volume divided by the total weaker leg volume of all the binary qualified members. So if we were all in here, and there's like 32 of us when I last looked, we all binary qualified, and we've all got a weakest leg. So it's all our legs, all the volume in Bitcoin of each of our legs added together. Okay, that is what they're talking about there, the total weaker leg volume. So most of you here are in my team. You're either in my strong leg or my weaker leg. I don't get the 20%. Okay, I'm sharing that binary bonus with all of you. That's how it works. So as soon as you've got team members, that's why you become binary qualified. So you've already started to share your binary with team members, and then you're sharing with the whole company. Now, if you think about it, it can only be this way, because if you were the only member and you shared the binary, you'd be sharing with a company, and the company makes its own money. It doesn't need to share the binary with you. So this is how it's calculated. And obviously you need this, you need to be able to work it out, unless you're using an average, you need all this data on a weekly basis to be able to do the calculation. So you can check it in hindsight. It's very difficult to determine it beforehand. So just to be, just to remind us, that's what you need to be binary qualified. Your 2 people each, your personal referrals with $100 each in Bitcoin. Right now, I was thinking today, we draw these pictures, but most people don't look at the pictures. That's the team genealogy tree. They don't look at the pictures. We're looking at our back office. So for this training, we're going to look at our back office instead of looking at pictures, which the pictures make sense sometimes, but in our case, that's not the information we're getting on a daily basis. When you look at your back office, you see this type of information. Okay, the first thing you'll see is if you're not binary qualified, it'll tell you. If you are binary qualified, it'll just tell you how many binary bonuses you've received. And it'll give you the amounts there and tell you how much you need to be binary qualified. So this person here is not binary qualified. They haven't got enough on the left to be binary qualified. They haven't got enough on the right to be binary qualified. Okay, so if we look further into their back office, that's what would be needed for them to be qualified. So it would be 0.0149. That's as of today on the site, not for what we're calculating for tomorrow. Okay, so Friday's become a little bit more complicated now because we've got 2 figures to work with. The one you see on your back office and the one that you need to look at if you want to know if you're binary qualified or not. Obviously, if you've got more than 200 in your account at the current level, you and your team members have got more than 100 at the current level, then you don't have to worry. If you've got less than that, then you need to apply the calculation of the, what's it for tomorrow, 7243. That would be the Bitcoin price for tomorrow's binary.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, just to check for myself. So I've got 200. On the left side, the top person's got 200, the next one is 200, and the next one is 200. On the right side is a 100 and a 100. So I am binary qualified. Is that correct?
Well, does it say on your back office that you're binary qualified?
Okay, where do I see that? I'm sitting in front of my computer. Which one must I open in the back office? Say I'm binary qualified.
So
because I've got 5 team members.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Where in the back office must I go? Access, the homepage, dashboard, profile, trading pool. What?
No, it's all on your white screen. So that would be in your binary bonuses. I'm trying to see if I've got a screenshot.
Okay, look up. I've got a right team and a left team. So the left team says is 0.1004. The right team says 0.04. Trading bonuses shows a thing. Binary bonuses shows nothing.
But it doesn't say you're not binary qualified.
It doesn't say so.
Then it's fine.
I don't know
where. No.
Okay, what I want to ask you is this. So the people on the right is 100 and 100. So if somebody comes in there and he puts 200 and another oaks put 200, what happened to the guys that's put 100 and 100? How does it thing go forward? Or must they put 200 before it can go forward?
No. Okay, all right. I'm going to come to that in a moment. But so in your case, you are binary qualified. Unless it says, as the screen that I'm sharing with you at the moment, if it says not binary qualified there, then you're not binary qualified. If it doesn't say not binary qualified, if it doesn't say not binary qualified, that means you are binary qualified.
Okay. Yeah, because I cannot see that I am not.
Yes. Well, then you are binary qualified. Okay. And then if we look at this next screen, okay, that'll tell you how many members you've got in your team, how many direct referrals you've got.
Yes, yeah, I've got 5 team members, 3 on the left and 2 on the right.
And how many direct referrals do you have?
2.
2. Okay. So those 2 direct referrals will be your one on the left and one on the right that's caused you to become binary qualified.
Okay.
So now that you're binary qualified, you'll be paid on whichever of your 2 teams is your smallest team.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
Okay. And when I'm paid there, I've got to do something with that money and put it somewhere. That's what you're saying.
Yes. So tomorrow you'll get a binary bonus. And then next Saturday, you'll be out, because it waits for 7 days. There's a 7-day waiting period on your money. Okay. And next Saturday, you'll be able to then take that money and either withdraw it or add it into your trading account.
Okay. Yes, that's what I want to do. I want to add it in a trading account.
Yeah.
So then I have to decide whether I want to add it left or right.
No, unless you've got accounts on your left or right.
Oh.
Okay.
So you mean my trading account is $200? I put it into the $200 of my personal one.
Yes.
I'd make it $220 or whatever.
That's right. Yes, and then grow it, because remember that as your team grows and you get to over 10 levels deep, you're going to need $1,000 to earn further on the binary after 10 levels.
Yeah, or I can take $800 and put it in my personal account, and then I have $1,000. Is that
That's
what you're
correct?
saying?
Yes, that's right. Yeah, that's perfect. Okay.
Do I understand correct? You have to, even if you have people who's got $1,000 in their accounts, your 2 directs must be on each side. I think somebody asked there.
Mm-hmm.
One on left and one on right, not on one side.
That's
Plus,
right.
your direct referral must have $100. Whether you've got $10,000 below you, you must have 2 directs.
That's
yourself.
Good. Yes, one on the left, one on the right. Mm-hmm. That's right.
Okay.
Okay, good. So in this, if you look at the team that's on the board here at the moment, this is what we call like a person that's got spillover. So in this case, spillover is on the left. So often we wonder which side is the spillover going to come from. Okay. Now this is a person that's you've joined the business and you've basically got an investment. So you haven't referred anyone yet, but you've got 43 members underneath you on the left-hand side, and that's what we call spillover. So which is the spillover leg? It's the left leg. But remember that you might have a right leg that's a spillover leg. So if your right team had 43 members in it and your left team had 0 members, then you would have a right spillover leg. That's from the start how you can see where your spillover leg, in case your sponsor doesn't tell you which your leg is. Okay? So there we are. So you just look at which one, you look at your team and you say, there's 43 people in my team. I didn't introduce 43 people into the business. Where did they come from? And they came from spillover. So either the left or the right would be your spillover leg.
So is there a chance that even myself get a spillover?
Yes. What normally happens is your sponsors put you into the business, and he might recruit 2 or 3 people in a month. So you might not see spillover immediately, but as he needs people or his other leg grows too much, then he'll start putting people underneath you to try and get balance into his team. So that affects all of us, because we're all in a team somewhere. If our sponsor is working the business, they need to then, become binary qualified and balance there. So, spillover isn't always guaranteed, because you might be put into a strong leg, or what happens is that your sponsor joins 2 people, and suddenly the guy that joined above you has $10,000. Now, he wanted to put spillover in underneath you, but unfortunately now his legs are completely imbalanced and he has to go and work the other leg. It might take a while before you get some spillover. So, but it can be either on your left or your right.
Is spillover, can one think, affect you positive in growth, or is it affecting the guy that put it there?
No, it affects you as well, because, and I'll show you in a moment how it affects you. And so if you just look at what's on the screen now, you've got, this person's got a right team of 1.89. So to become binary qualified, he would need to put someone in on the right-hand side with $100, and then he'd need to put someone in on the left with $100. Now, if that would be typically, then you'd be getting a binary bonus on $100, but he wouldn't need to put any more people in on the right-hand side, because there's already quite a lot of people and 1.8 Bitcoin there. So then all this person really needs to do for the next while is to build his left team. And you probably find that the right team continues to grow. So all you really need to do then is concentrate on your left team. And that's where spillover helps you, because you don't have to then go and work your spillover leg. If you now, on the left, find a nice big investor and he puts in 3 Bitcoin, well, then you're going to need to go and work in the right leg and to earn your binary bonuses there. And that's when you probably need more levels, because here you see this guy's got 43, there's 43 people in your spillover leg already, and you probably find that that's gone to more than 10 levels deep in the binary, at least more than 10 levels deep, if it hasn't gone a bit further. So, that's when your 200 then needs to become 1,000 and 5,000 and upwards. So when this person then puts in, now the spillover legs in this example is on the left again, he puts a person in on the left, and the system then tells him that to become binary qualified, he would need to put someone in on the right with at least $100. So that's what the back office is telling you. And once you've got that person in on your right, then you will earn your binary bonuses. Are there any questions?
Thanks.
Yes.
Well, it starts to make sense. I think I'm new, so
no, that's
probably through the period of a month, as I see things happen, then probably I'll understand it better.
Yes, you will, and congratulations on becoming binary qualified, because it just helps you when you see the calculations and you see what happens on a daily basis, weekly basis. You'll understand it quite quickly. And obviously, we're here to answer questions if you need, if you have any questions at any time. Okay. Are there any other questions?
Yeah, thanks.
Pleasure.
Yeah, Rich, Jacques here again.
Yes, Jacques.
Just a quick thing. So obviously you earn on your weakest leg. So whatever the depth is there, if you're 10 levels deep, you'll only earn on that.
Yes.
If your right leg is obviously 18 deep, you're not going to earn on that. So you don't need to be $1,000 to benefit from that. You need to keep a lookout for your weakest leg, basically. So if that's 10 levels, you gotta, if it's more than 10 levels, then you need $1,000 kind of a thing.
That's right. Yes.
Okay, cool.
All right.
And then just another question, quick.
Yes.
We talked about it earlier on. So I need to move money to obviously strengthen my weakest leg. How does that? Is there a bigger benefit in doing that? I'm just trying to grasp that. Rather leave $1,000 in my trading pool, or do I move that $1,000 to the left team where I can? You know, to the Oma and Opa scenario.
Okay, so if you
because if it stays in my trading pool, I'm still going to earn the same.
Yes, you will
kind
earn.
of a thing.
Well, you will earn the same from trading. That's correct. If you've got another $1,000 in your weakest leg, that probably means that. Let's just see. We'll look at the calculation in a moment. Then you'll be able to see what the value is of that extra $1,000 in your weakest leg on a weekly basis.
Yeah.
See, because that's your advantage. It basically works out to about, probably about extra 3% a month that you're earning because you're getting the extra binary from it and not just in your own trading account.
Yeah, because the overall is in your normal trading
That's
account,
right, yeah.
kind of a thing.
Yeah.
Okay, so it does make sense then to rather move it in there than keep it in your own trading pool.
Yeah, I mean 3% is 3%,
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. Okay,
Right.
cool.
Just one more
Understand it now.
question. Can I ask one more question?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so my trading pool balance shows 368.26. Is that what is in my trading pool right now allocated to me? Is that what it is?
So is it 0.368? Is that what you're saying?
No, $368.26 or 0.55407. That shows trading pool balance. Is it?
Yeah, that's your trading pool. That's correct. Yes.
That's my trading pool.
That's right.
And I see that goes up to 375 and then it comes back to 367. So that is to do with the trading of the day and how they take profit.
That's the Bitcoin to dollar price. So your 550554 that you mentioned, that amount will be increasing daily because that's your Bitcoin amount. Okay. So in MTR, you're growing your Bitcoin. So, and then it's just the dollar value there is literally there for things like the binary qualification. So you can see if you have enough money, to qualify for the binary, if you have enough money to qualify for the binary levels. That's the reason why there's a dollar value given there.
Yes.
Yeah. But your actual Bitcoin is growing. So you would have found that, if you've got 0.0554 today, and let's say tomorrow the trading result comes in, and you'll have 0.568 or something like that. So each day that increases. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So if I add $100 tonight, it's going to show 468. That's what you mean?
Yes.
That will be added to that.
Yeah, because if you were adding $100, that would be $100 at the current Bitcoin price, and that would be added to your trading volume there, or your trading balance.
All right, thanks.
Pleasure.
Rich.
Yes.
There's somebody in the group here who's asking. I've answered him, but maybe it's better that you answer it. He can get full clarity. He is at the basics. He's not sure what is a direct referral and how to create one. Can you just explain to him if you don't mind?
Yeah, sure.
I know it's out of.
That's okay. So a direct referral is the person that you bring into the business, and whatever they invest, you're going to get 10% of that value. Now, to sign this person on, go into your back office and look on the left-hand side near the bottom, and you'll see there's referral links. There's 3 different ones given. You can send them, for the starters, the referral link, which automatically places the person. So the system will automatically put one person in the left and one person in on the right until such time as they have paid their accounts. Once they've paid their accounts, then you can start to say, okay, I want to place someone on the left or the right. But that's the basics. Just use a referral link, send it to your person so that they can register and help them to understand how to fund their account. And then you have your first referral. Great. Right.
Rick, why is there a website left and right as well? Is it just so the person can look at the website and then he must go to the sign up link?
That's right. So if you send them the website link, it'll open up in the website so they can read about the company, and then when they sign up there, they're signing up under your link. Yeah.
Thank you.
Pleasure.
Hello, Rich. I am Murshid from Malaysia.
Yes, sir. How are you?
Yeah, I am very fine. Now in webinar joined my one leader from India, Abdul Sattar. So congratulate please him, Abdul Sattar. And Abdul Sattar, do you have any question? You can ask to Rich. This is lifetime project and very, very fantastic project. So if you have any question, you can ask to Rich, Mr. Sattar. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, my other questions. Is there a possibility for you, you've been earning, let me say, maybe your experience so far with binary payments or binary bonus, is it possible to make an example? Like if your weaker leg is $100, you will expect this much on your binary, just an example.
Yes.
And then the other question is it possible for you to help us, with a website that we can send to people that when they read through the information about the MTI, and then it will have our link as well, because when I joined, that is what motivated me. When I go through your website, the information on the website, then at the end I click the link and register. So, but in my own case, I don't know how to create such. When a member asks, I just give some explanation, and then at the end of the day, if he's interested, I just send the link. So is there a possibility of creating a website, maybe if for us, for explaining, for sending to people if they are interested?
Okay. As Marie said, if you look on your referral links on the left, there is a website there. So just check out in the referral link section on your back office. You can actually, there is a website, and you can send the person the website, and then if they do click on register, they use your link. And you can then send them a specific for the left or the right.
Oh, okay.
So that is there.
Yeah, but okay, but if it's the one I am aware of, I think if they click that website, it's only open the sign-up page. There's no other information to read first before the person can decide to register or not to register.
Yeah, there's I think a couple of links given. So the first ones are just the sign-up page, and then just underneath that, it's called a website link.
Okay.
It's a website link for the left and a website link for the right to sign up. So just check those out, and then you can see how they work, and then you can send those to your prospects as well.
All right. Okay.
Okay.
And then the first question.
Right. Yes. So how is the weaker leg calculated? We're going to go into that now, and I've got an example of the $100 as well. So let's have a look at how the weaker leg is calculated. This is your typical sort of team. Okay. So you'll notice here I've used the the purple or the pink here as your own referrals. So in this case, you are binary qualified because you've got $200 in your own position. You've got $100 in somewhere in your business on the left and as a direct referral. And then you've got these two guys that are direct referrals on the right. So that's made you binary qualified. Then you look at the complete volume on the left-hand side. So it's 0.4393 Bitcoin. And that's the value in rands, in dollars at the moment is about $2,900. And that's your left team. And then in your right team, you've got $2,400 and it's approximately 0.636 Bitcoin. So if we have to look at that as a back office, that's what your back office would look like. So there's your 9 team members. You've got 4 or 3 actually, I made a mistake there. So you've got 3 direct referrals. You've got your left team volume and your right team volume, and you'll be paid on the right team. And if this was your team last week, that's what you would have earned. Okay, so this is the way this is calculated. So remember, from this back office, we're now going to do the calculation. The weaker leg volume divided by the total weaker leg volume of all the binary members in the company times by 20% of the weekly trading profit is going to give you your binary bonus. This formula is in the back office in your binary report for the week. So there's your weaker leg at 0.36363655. The total volume of all the weaker legs in the company was 5,117 Bitcoin. So remember that often people see this and they say, but I only saw 1,800 or 2,000 Bitcoin in the complete pool. How did the 5,700 come up? Now, imagine all of you are in my weaker leg, and that makes up 10 Bitcoin. But that would be my weakest leg, 10 Bitcoin. And let's say then Vic has 1 Bitcoin. So that's now 11 Bitcoin. And Marie has 2 Bitcoin. So that's 13 Bitcoin. And Jacques has 5 Bitcoin. So suddenly you can see, although my leg is only 10, we've got all these volumes of all the different people's weaker leg. So that's where that 5,000 Bitcoin comes from. It's the total of all the volume, all the weaker legs in the company. And then multiplied by the number of Bitcoin in the pot, which I showed you earlier from the daily trading accumulation, will then give you a bonus, a binary bonus of 0.00193, and that's $12.80. That would be your weekly bonus as of that week on your Bitcoin in your weaker leg.
Okay, thank you.
Right, and then if there was 10 Bitcoin in that leg, okay, there would be, you'd be earning about 365. And I often say to people, having 10 Bitcoin in your weakest leg, that's like your goal, because that's where financial freedom starts. Okay, it's not going to make you super rich, but it's definitely going to be able to pay a couple of bills, earning $365 a week. And you might go on a very nice holiday as well. That's kind of like where holidays get exciting and bills don't look so bad anymore, because you're starting to earn some reasonable money on a weekly basis, and it grows as the investment grows and your team grows. I just want to come back to that $100 question. So if we assume that this is 2,500, then $100 would be about about $100 is about 51 cents a week in dollars that you'd earn. So that, you know, it doesn't sound like a lot, but as I said, if 51 cents times by 21, that's $10, $10.75. So in 21 weeks, you've earned 10%. In a year, you've earned about a 25% of your weakest leg volume. That's if your weakest leg volume never increases. So the guy puts in $10,000. You've got 2 direct referrals. They each put in $10,000. You get paid weekly on your weakest leg volume. And the $10,000, within a year, you've earned $2,500 in bonuses off the $10,000 that was invested. Okay, that's just on a straight calculation, assuming that the Bitcoin price stays the same and doesn't go up, just on binary bonuses from the year. Okay, so that is the first part of my presentation, which was kind of like the more formal part. Now, what I want to look at is like some strategies that we've been talking about, and then just before we go any further, just answer some more questions. So, was the question about the calculation, was that answered? Were you happy with that, my answer about the calculation?
Yes, I'm happy. It's fine.
Good, thank you. All right. What I want to do now is just, I'm going to share the whiteboard, and I'll just go over the sort of strategy. So you've got yourself. So this is coming to the 4,000. Let's do the 4,000 example that was used earlier. So you've got 4,000 to invest, and it's just you. Never mind your spillover or anything like that. So you've got 4,000 as an example. Sorry, actually, this wasn't a question on this group. It was a Zoom call that I was having prior to this. But anyway, so let's use this as an example anyway. So we got to $4,000. You now want to join the company, and what's the biggest thing that's going to happen here is that the guy who's introducing you, he's hoping he's going to get the $4,000. Now, yes, I agree. You know, it would be nice to earn $400 in commission. Okay, but if we want to think about our business strategically, and you want to look at, you know, how are you going to keep your members happy? Okay, now, if you keep your members happy, they are happy from the start, and they tell their friends because they're happier, and you get a bigger team. And that's ultimately what you're looking for. So you want to work with your person that's got money to invest and help him from the start. So let's look at the scenario of this guy. So we've got your person in the top position here, and he wants to put in 4,000 and you want to get $400. That's just easy, okay? 10%, $400. But instead of being like that, you say to him, listen, why don't you just put $300 in this top position? Because he'll need that to qualify for his binary, and $300 will give him enough movement, you know, should the Bitcoin price go up or down. So then he's got 4,000, he's got 3,700 left, and he then puts 1,850 in each of these little legs, in each of these positions. So in Omar's account, he puts 1,850, and in Opar, he puts 1,850. So what is he going to earn? Well, automatically, in a week's time, he's got himself an extra 185 for Omar. And he's got himself an extra 185 for Omar. That's in his direct commissions. So now, you see, everyone who joins a business is skeptic. They want to know if they can earn some money. So what you've done is you've helped him to make some money. Right? And then at the end of the week, before he's even deposited Omar and Opa's money, he's now earned on the binary. Now, the potential binary is around about $7.40 that he will earn on his 1,850. So he's got another 740. Right? So in his, and that's in this top position. Sorry, it's just. So within a week of joining the company, this guy has earned $377.40. Right. So you can see here, you've helped him believe in the possibility. And what he's going to do then is, the beauty of network marketing is everything duplicates. So if you do this, he's going to do it for his friends. So, and he's going to introduce more than just Omar and Opa, because he believes in it now. So it's quite, it's very tempting to say, okay, fine, I need the $400. And believe me, I know we need the $400. But we've just got to think that a little bit bigger and say, if I give this guy most of his money back in commission, or what I would have earned, I'm still going to earn. You see, if he's earning that, this is your weakest leg, because that's where you put him. You wouldn't put this guy in the strongest leg. You put him in the weaker leg because you want to earn the binary. So your binary potential, he's earning binary of 1,850, and in your case, you're earning about $16 in binary for you. So you got 16 plus, it's plus 30 because you earned the referral commission there. And what I have found is if you do this way, okay, he's got a position where he can easily move money, because let's assume that you are in this position, right? So this is your position. Sorry, so this is your position, and the line's going down like this. So whatever he does benefits you anyway, okay? But when, let's say, for instance, remember this, you might put another person in there because now you've learned how to be a leader and help people earn money. So you bring another person in here and they put 1,000 in. What he can then do is say, okay, take out, now to balance his side, he can then take and put 1,000 there. So that he's got 2,850. He now earns a bigger binary, and he then only has 850 in there because you've helped him. So suddenly your team is expanding and things are happening because you help this guy earn some more money, okay? And when people are earning the binary, then even though it's only $7.40, it's $7.40 they never had. And when that happens, they are less reluctant to go and jump to the next scheme. When the guy says, oh no, I can give you, the scheme says, oh, I'll give you 30% a month and I'll disappear with your money in 3 months' time. Instead of them jumping to the scheme where they're going to lose their money, they'll choose to stay because they get in the 740. That's human nature. So use that to your advantage. Yes.
That 185 round about the 300, that now goes into that 300 pool and make that 300 pool whatever.
Yes, well, I mean, you've got options here as well, because literally you could say, okay, that because I haven't really got much depth in this team, okay, I can send those monies to that account. I don't need to put it into my 300 pool, because after all, these are Opa and Omar, and I'm running those accounts anyway. So I go and send it to where I need the best advantage. You know, you could be sending it to there, or you could be sending it to there. You've got sufficient in your account at the moment. When this leg grows further, okay, then you might say, oh yeah, but I need 1,000. So now this account's got 3,000 or 4,000 in it from all the accumulation that you've put in there. You just take out 700, put it back into your own account to qualify for more levels deep in the binary. Is everyone clear about that?
Yeah, so that money is worth better below than in that 300 block to add.
Yeah, absolutely. Because in this case, whenever you put it in here, you're earning binary on it, because you're putting it into whichever side is your weakest leg. You see, because you even took out 1,000 here because, and you've taken
that makes more sense to me now. So that 300 is basically a qualification number. It could be 200.
Yes, yeah. I mean, if you wanted to be really, tight and strict about it, you could leave it at 200 and just move the money on a Friday night just to make sure you qualify and let the other work. But for the binary. But you could literally be 200 exactly. Yeah.
How do you transfer from the OMA to the OPA? Can you do it directly, or do you have to first take it up, or how do you?
So
can you transfer to any member?
Yeah, you can. So what you do is the money's in your trading pool. So you just transfer it from your trading pool to your income wallet, and then you send it to Omar, for instance. It'll arrive in Omar's activation wallet, and then in Omar's account, you just submit it into their trading pool.
Okay, so with other words, you can cross-transfer from the OPA to the OMA, cross-transfer. They're not in the same team, but you can do that.
Yes. At the moment, we're still allowed to do that. And, I don't know, I haven't, there, it's available. Okay. So let's not complicate it.
Okay. Rich, can you just quickly say again, how do you calculate the 7,4? Because this is a nice thing. You can actually ask a person, how much do you have to invest? And then you can make whatever, 5,000 or 3,000. You can show them the case. Forgot now to get the 7,4.
Okay. What I've worked out is on a I think we're in the 27th week of the binary now. There was another question.
Okay. Hello, Mr. Rich.
Yes.
Hello, Mr. Rich. Yeah, good evening.
Good evening.
This is If God Be For Us, Blair, Nigeria speaking.
Yes, Blair.
Yeah, I as I sent you the morning, I now discover my personal account, my left and my right. The first person on my right is having $200 and something. The person on my left is having $200 and something. And I'm still discovering that push sharing is indicating 00000. So I still want to know why, because the downline I reported to you this morning, and Alice, she augmented to $100, and that very downline now is binary qualified and is push share qualified. So I want to know why I am not push share qualified.
Okay. You will have to. So remember, okay. So just coming back to that share thing again.
Okay.
Let's say you have got 2 people. Okay.
Yes.
So you've got Alice and someone else. To be share qualified, okay, you have
Yes.
to be leadership binary qualified, which means that Alice and the other person would also need $200 in their account each. And then that's just for you to be leadership binary qualified. Then Alice needs 2 people underneath her with $200 each. And your other person needs 2 people with $200 each. That's a share.
Okay.
So then if that is the structure, if Alice has got 2
Okay.
people with $200 and the other person's got 2 people with $200, then you've got 2 shares.
Okay, thank you very much. It's clear now. It's clear now. It's clear.
Good. Okay.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah.
All right. So coming back to your question, Marie, and how do we calculate that 7.4?
I would like us to talk.
Okay. Right.
Okay.
Now if we can, you've got a question, just wait. I'll give you a chance to answer the question, but let me just answer this one first. Okay. So coming back to the binary, I think we're in the 27th week of the binary. I've been keeping a sort of an average, and this is obviously we work on the low, we don't work on the high. Well, this is the lowest, okay? And that is at 0.42%. So if you want to work out your binary and get an idea of what you're going to earn, okay, it's about 0.4, maybe just to be safe, just work on 0.4, because it's never been less than that. So if you say, I've got $1,000 and in my weakest leg, so times by 0.4%, I'm going to earn $4. It'll probably be a little bit more, but if you work on that, at least gives you an idea of what you're going to be earning from your binary. Okay. So does that give you an idea to calculate that? If you want to be more sort of accurate, well, you can't be accurate. You can predict it to an extent on a weekly basis if you take into account a lot of data, but otherwise it's just easy sort of at the 0.4%. Just to give you an example, last week was 0.5%. So it does differ, obviously, because, and small little fluctuations, like if we earned 2% or 2.1% in a week, as opposed to, let's say, 2.2%, it would actually make quite a big fluctuation in your binary bonus. So that's why I say if you work on 0.4, you get a reasonable sort of assumption of what you're going to earn.
I lost my concentration now. Is it 0.4 on the 1850 they're talking about?
Yeah, about that. Yes.
Yeah, so with other words, you can basically use an average of 0.4% of the person's weaker leg, and telling this is what you can expect.
No, that's what you can expect. So on the 1850, that 7.4 was 0.4%. Yeah, that's right.
Thank you.
Good. So does everyone understand this strategy? And you see why, I mean, yes, I agree it's nice to get the $400 in commission, but you got to think a bit longer. This is not a fly-by-night business. We're here for a long time. Keep your people happy, build your teams, let the whole thing happen, because within no time, this guy who's happy, because you've helped him, most people, what I've found is that they will join the business and they're looking to earn some money, okay? So they want some sort of track record themselves, and doing this gives them a track record. Did someone else have a question? Or someone just...
Yeah, Rich, and the beauty about that is it's not even taking into account your daily trading that you earn.
Well, that's right. Yes, exactly. Yeah. you know, so you always just got to try and think a little bit ahead of, you know, what you need, because we all need money. You know, so like, yo, and if, you know, it's nice to get, you know, if the guy was putting in $40,000 and you could get $4,000, that would be lovely. But at the same time, you still got to remember to keep him happy, and the quicker he's going to be happier, the quicker your team's going to grow. And that $400 that you could have earned from him, you'll earn it in the binary soon, you know. Was there any other questions that anyone had? Does everyone understand spillover? Does everyone understand how your weaker leg is calculated? Trevor, give me a question.
Everything is really clear. Thank you, Rich.
Are you sure? Okay. All right. I'm just trying to think of any other questions that could have come up that that we can look at. But if everyone's happy, then I'm happy.
Just tell me, why will I spill over?
Okay. So let's look at the example on the board here now. Here's you, Vic. Okay. That's your position. You see? Now, if this is not, this could be me with $4,000, and you've joined underneath me. Here's your spillover. Is the person I put in, because I can only put in 2 people. Let me just clear the screen for the moment. So, sorry, let me just get the right tool here. So this is me. In my business, I can only put someone in my left or on my right. If this was you, and this is Trevor, for instance, sure, okay, there we are. Now, I've put you in, Trevor in on my left and Vic's in on my right. Now I want to sign a third person on. I can only put them in either under Trevor on the left, and if I'm trying to balance my team, because they all putting in just $100, so Trevor's put $100, Vic's put $100, this new person's put $100. So that's become Trevor's first spillover, okay? Although Trevor hasn't introduced anyone, he's still got spillover. Then Vic, my fourth person, because I want to balance my legs now, I'll put that person underneath Vic with $100, and that's the spillover. And then let's say now I go to meet some big guys, and I'll put 10K underneath this person, so Trevor's now got $10,100 in his leg, and then I go meet someone else, and they also want to put 10K in there. So my legs are balanced. I'm going to get a weekly binary of 10,200. So Trevor says, geez, Rich, I'm seeing that you're earning some money. I'd also like to start my binary. So now Trevor says, fine, he's going to start he's going to introduce his person here on the right, and he's going to put there. But Trevor knows that this guy that he's introducing is going to put in 10K. Trevor only needs to put in someone with 100 here. So Trevor knows that even if this guy doesn't invest the full 10K, he's going to get enough money to put $100 in for his mother. So he gets himself qualified with this person that's brought in 10K and the $100 for his mother that he's put in there. Now, when it comes to the end of the week, when they got to calculate the binary, Trevor put in 10K on the right-hand side, but he's got the advantage that the spillover that came with this 10K. So he's going to get a binary because of that. He only needed $100 here on his left to qualify. Trevor's going to get the binary on the 10K. Does that explain to you how spillover works and the advantage you get from spillover?
And that's exactly what happened to me. Thanks, Rich.
Yeah, still, Marina's still crying about that. Put you in the wrong
basically
leg.
Basically when you sign in, you basically gotta get yourself binary quickly.
Yes. Yeah. Look, now let's answer. Let's look at this scenario. Okay. For Trevor. Trevor's now he's got this guy of 10K that he's got in. Now, what happens with people with 10K is they've got friends with 10K. So all of a sudden, his leg has become too big on his right. You see here. So now Trevor has a problem. Trevor needs to build his left leg. But Trevor was slow, and Trevor was slow. So what happened is Trevor should have put his mother in that position. Who can tell me why?
To make himself binary.
Yes, that's...
I could build in my mother's leg.
Yeah, there we go. Now, you see, what's happened here is, although he's binary qualified, he needed to put his person or his strategic positions, which is his Oma and Opa, okay, or his mother, right, up here. Because now let's just make this a different color. And I'll show you what's happening. Now, here's this new position for his mother, which he should have put here with $100. Now, look at the scenario for his mother. She's got a 10,100 underneath her. So then Trevor can go and build here. And whatever he builds in here, as long as he puts in $100 on this side, if he was positioned above these two, he's already got 10,100 in volume on that leg. So whatever he puts in this leg, when he's binary qualified, he's automatically going to get the bonuses until he's increased this leg to more than $10,100. So now he's earning off his own position and he's earning off his mother's position, a binary. Now we're making money. So we could have been making $740, but now we're making 15 or 1480 a week. You know, by that same comparison of 1,000. So this is the way you've got to think and be strategic about the way you plan your business. Because the money's there, it's lying on the table, you just have to take it. So what do we learn from this little scenario? As soon as someone registers, get them to do their 2 positions. So that if this happens, they're in a good position. So whatever happens, I mean, here's the situation for Trevor. Okay, maybe you don't need anything. But look at Trevor here now. He's got his mother in this position because he put it in too late. Now you've got to say, right, Trevor put that person in $100 on his left because he wanted to earn from his friend that had 10K. When this leg grows, because whose leg is this? This is the spillover leg that Trevor's in, and it's going to grow. And regardless of what's in here at the moment, this leg is going to get bigger than this one, unless Trevor really outworks here, okay? But he should have a position here, so that when he can't earn off his mother's position, his mother can still carry on earning her binary because she's still got a weaker leg, but this becomes his stronger leg. Then he needs a position here so that he can start building a team this way, because he's already got 30,000 over here. So you've got to think now and the pension. Okay. That's kind of like what happened there, Trevor. And Trevor's not with us. But so, you know, what you've really got to do is just think of your future and think about the possibility.
It's exactly what happened, Rich.
That's it. And sometimes we remember we're not always in a position to put the $100 in immediately. So as I've always said to you, remember, you don't have to put $100. $100 is not the minimum. $50 is the minimum if you want to earn a referral bonus. $50 is still not the minimum. Okay, so you just activate these accounts so that you've got them for when you need them.
What actually happened with mine is I never even had $50 in mine. It was before the $50. And what happened with mine, people started adding underneath me, and with the commission that I earned from that, it increased my total amount of my pool to 250.
Yeah. Well, that's it. But being strategic at the start can help you an immense amount. It's just, you know, you never really know why you need those two positions until you need them. And it's not always easy to explain to people why they need those two positions, because the kind of the business has to grow and it has to become.
Fortunately, I had a really good leader.
Oh, yeah. Thanks, Trevor. But that's what I'm. You know, I try and help.
No, that's thanks to you.
Thanks, Trev. You know, I try and help everyone in the team to try and understand this, because when it's too late, it's like, you know, you can imagine if you realize that your leg has got $100,000 or had a potential to be, you could have been up in your leg underneath you, $100,000 up. That's $100,000 less work that you need to do because you've got those two positions. That's it. And you know, Trevor will tell you that when you start in $100,000 sounds like, I don't know if I'll ever get to $100,000. But believe me, if you do a little bit of work in this business, 6 to 8 months' time, $100,000 was not a lot of money in your leg. So put your positions in, be strategic about it, and then you just forget about them until you need them. But at least they're there. That's the most important.
Rich, sorry, Jacques again.
Yes, Jacques.
So those two positions, so the direct left and one direct right. But do you build the teams underneath them, or you just leave them to obviously to grow that leg that you might need?
So
to understand it correctly.
Yeah, let's just look at the starting strategy again. So as we start, what we're going to do is we're going to put our own position and our 2 positions underneath us here. Okay, oh, sorry, these look like real cockeyed legs, but yeah. Right, so let's do the starting strategy again. So we're gonna start our own position and what I call the OPA and OMA position. So that's how we do it. Now, we join the business, we know we're going to do something, or we don't even know we're going to do anything. But we do know we want to invest. So OPA and OMA's positions are going to help us as an investor. And that's the initial thinking with OPA and OMA's position. We're just going to use that to get a little bit of extra in our binary. So that 1,850 and the 1,850, we're going to get the extra $7.40 a week. But because we've seen that this is working for us as an investor, we now decide, no, but we're going to join some of our friends along. And so we bring in our first mate on the left here, and he puts in, because this was the account we put in 4,000. So our friends normally do what we do, or they do slightly less. So we've got these 2 friends now, and they've now joined. Right. So
and they're under you.
Yeah. So this is you here. Okay. That's you. Now you've got 2 people on your left, 2 people on your right. Never mind the spillover that's coming. Okay. Just your own strategy here. So you're going to build your team, and you're not really going to worry about these 2 positions at the moment. So what's going to happen is that your team's going to grow over there, because now you're going to basically focus on this leg because you've got $3,000 less in this leg. Okay, so you carry on building this leg, and you put your people in there, and they start running along, and suddenly you get some big investments here. So now you get some big investments in this leg, and you go, hey, okay, now I can't put any more friends in this leg because now I need to put people in this leg. But I don't know any people, with $4,000, for instance. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this OMA position. And with Omar's position, I'm now going to use Omar's position and start making her binary qualified, and then adding people in her weaker leg. And that's kind of the strategy. Did that answer your question?
Yeah, kind of. I think I'm in the same issue as Trevor. Wake up late.
Well, it's, what, the fortunate thing is it's never too late, because I've got people that joined me in May. There's at least 10 people that are in my business that joined in May who have actually done nothing. They put in their $400 or $500, and that's probably grown to $1,000 and something now. But
yeah,
they haven't even put their own 2 positions in. They just don't do anything. So, did you wake up late? No, you didn't, because the day you wake up is the day you can start building this business. And you can say the same for those people. Yeah, they came in early, but they did nothing. So what did that help them? This opportunity, and the reason why I often say that NTI is the greatest opportunity is that because the binary is fair and it works for those who work, Well, this opportunity will be a good opportunity for your children and your grandchildren and their children, because it just continuously gives the opportunity. Yeah, it's because it's.
Can I just ask a question?
Yeah. Yes.
So what you're saying to me is, I'm busy building now, so I can now put other people in with $50 and just later enlarge it.
Yeah.
To reserve the position, basically.
Yes, you can do. Okay. So that's the.
Sorry, Rich, just a quick one. Just to get back to the scenario, I've actually helped one of my members to get binary qualified, but I actually put my wife underneath one of them, and that's how I increase my weaker leg.
Okay, that's fine.
So that's a similar position, but yes, she's not at the top like it was supposed to be done. But she's still adding to my weakest leg.
When I say the top, you get them as close to you as possible, because then it does allow them to leverage on whatever investments there. So I think now we've brought up an interesting situation with the $50. So let's have a look at that quickly, and you know, this pertains to your levels in your legs. So here you go with your. Here you are, and you've got your team. So you put the person with the $50 in here, and you put the person with the $50 here. Okay, because it's nice to help people. You see, so they can earn some money. But the disadvantage is that you've used 2 levels of your binary here. You know what I mean by that?
Yeah, but you can increase that $50 in any time.
Yeah, of course you can. No, absolutely. That's right. So, you know, the only thing is that these guys, so not necessarily that one, but here. So this is your business. That's your left leg there, and this is your right leg. So, and you can fill up positions like this with $50, for instance, and you know, whatever you do duplicates. So you've got people in your team, and they join with $50. Well, their friends are going to join with $50. That's just life, okay? And there's nothing wrong with that, and they can top up at any stage. The problem is that is level 1, that is level 2, that is level 3. And generally what happens is, you know what they say about the low-hanging fruit? The first thing we do is we go and join all the low-hanging fruit to our business, and they all got $50, and they're skeptic like you can't believe. And then we get a bit of holding in the whole system, and at the 10th and 11th and 12th level, the oaks come in with 1 Bitcoin, 2 Bitcoin, 3 Bitcoin. And what's our problem? We also didn't believe really what's happening, and we only put in $200. So here at 10 levels deep, we've probably got about $1,000 in our investment, and in level 11 to 20, we've got 100,000. And we don't really want the binary on 1,000. We want the binary on 100,000, don't we? But we've got all the low-hanging fruit with us here. So that's, you know, we can help people, but also remember that at the end of the day, if you want to help people, you need to remember your own investment and what you're going to earn on the binary. So
yeah, I was thinking of just 1 or 2 positions to reserve.
Yes, that's a good strategy. Yeah, I mean, look, we've got to help people. I 100% agree. But it often happens that you know, people then say, "Oh, gee, I'm not earning anything from the binary, but if I have $1,000, instead of earning $5 a week on the binary, I could be earning $500 a week on the binary, because my big guys in my business and my big network in my business sits at 30 to 40 levels deep, or maybe they sit at 100 levels deep, you know. And when we start, it's kind of like, oh no, geez, it could take us, well, literally, I think I looked at my stats the other day. It took me about 4 months to get to 100 members. And then in the 5th and 6th month, I had 1,000 members. So, you know, and then suddenly you realize, but hang on, I've got to find my 10,000 now, because I've got too many people in my business, and I would genuinely like to earn on the binary at a 10,000 level and not just a $1,000 level. So, you know, that's the thing. Just something to think about as you strategize and plan your whole sort of business here. Okay. Any other questions?
The best thing to do, Rich, is just to get to $10,000 as quickly as possible, so you're infinity.
Yeah, absolutely. That is the best. But I mean, it's quite a stretch. You know, I know of some people trying to stretch up to 10,000 at the moment, and yeah, and guys that have been working for 3 or 4 months to get to 10,000. Now, how long did it take you to get to 10, Trev?
Well, I started with very little, as you know, and I was fortunate enough to get to 10 in 2 months.
That's great, yeah. But then you did do a lot of work, so. Huh.
Yeah, and that was commissioned from a lot of people that had some money. That's all it was.
Yeah, yeah. So that's the thing. If you keep on at it, you get, you know, you get the reward. It's sort of that, you know, that time thing. And you keep on at it, you'll get the rewards that you deserve as the time goes along.
One thing I can say, it was a lot of hard work, but it was definitely worth it. And yeah, it's a great way of earning a living.
That is, yes. Yeah, and I mean, especially especially now as we sit in the lockdown, you know. I mean, I mean, most people don't know, but I've been in lockdown for 3 weeks already. You know, you guys have just started in South Africa. We've been in lockdown for 3, or maybe it's the 4th week. It's kind of like you lose count, you know, after a couple of days. You don't know which day it is. And but yeah, but I mean, business hasn't changed for me. This is the online business, and I think that what we've got to try and do is you know, look at opportunities to connect with people in this time. They are kind of like, they are a captive audience, but you've just got to be, you know, very clever about how you engage with those people in this time. You know, be creative, and don't ask them if they are making money in this time, because they just assume they're not, and just be very empathetic to people and show them the opportunity slowly. You know, don't try and do the hard sale thing where you lose your friends. Just be very gentle and show people this business in a very gentle way, and eventually they'll come around. Because they haven't got, there are no options. That's the problem. That, you know, for people that are potentially, I mean, I don't know if you heard, but Edgar's Jet and CNA went out of business last night. That was announced last night, that Edcon's, you know, and that's 100,000 employees, something like that. That's gone. So yeah, you know, and so people are in a real tight squeeze, and it's just going to get a little bit more tighter. And you need to be very empathetic with people and just try and help them as much as possible and get them in slowly. So even if they only want to put in $10 and try the system, let them try. You know, that's the advantage of this business, because they can start with literally anything. Pleasure. Okay. All right. Well, I hope everyone has a good evening further. We will have the Zoom meeting on Monday, the normal presentation. But then if there are any ideas that you have for training or any little things, maybe it's probably a good idea that we have probably just a very short training on the leadership bonuses and how they work, because we had 2 questions tonight which I tried to explain, but maybe we'll just have some formal sort of slides in that show people exactly how they work. So maybe the leadership bonus we can do a bit of training on. I don't know what else, if there's anything that people would need. But if you've got any suggestions, even if they seem silly suggestions, we can always just make something short to answer the question and get it out to the group. That's no problem. Okay. So thanks very much, and we shall see you soon. Have a good evening and stay safe. Don't go outside. Stay home. Okay. Good. Cheerio, everyone. Good night.